All right, guys, welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. Today is a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Yes, it is. And we're excited here. We're going to continue on the journey today of Ask Engine Optimization. So let's start off, guys, with some pretty cool stuff that I'm working on this morning. I always like to do some really cool stuff with prior to the meeting just to move along a little bit for you guys and show you what we've done, right? So let's take a look. This is the book cover designer where you can create book covers. This is our under the Write Your Book section where you can create book covers, right? So what I did is I entered in the name of the little workbook that we were working on for the AEO concept, to Ask Engine Optimization. If those of you that are guests here, we've been talking about the topic of SEO and how it's dying, dead, and how the new trend is being the answer. So I chose red and I chose black, and I'm pretty impressed with some of these. So I chose one, and you know, uh, we have editors in here, just so you know. So, for example, if I like this one here, watch, I can come in here. I just want to train you guys a little bit on this. You can click on the edit, and you can edit. So, what can you do? So, for example, maybe I want to do AI retouch, right? So, I go to AI retouch and I do a magic remove down here, and I got a little circle there, and I could just remove that right there because it's not spelled right, but maybe I want to put something up there. So you may have to go over it a couple of times. Oh, I did a good job, right? See, boom, it's gone. Now, if I wanted to add, like, I wanted to do an annotate, the little pencil over here on the left. So you got the crop, you got resize, you got AI touch, annotate stickers where you could upload your logo on the sticker if you wanted to put a logo in there, right? You could do filters, like you can change the different, black and white. You can fine tune it with all these elements. If I wanted to do like a vignette, right? I can move it a little bit lighter on the outside, darker on the outside, right? That's the vignette, right? You could do temperature, changing the temperature of it a little bit if I wanted to, right? So you could do all, if you want to undo it, you just go undo up here on the top and center, undoes everything. Going back to the annotate, right? If I wanted to add, any type of element from, a Sharpie, erasers, or do a path or a line or an arrow or a rectangle or an ellipse, or if I wanted to add some text, I could add text, and I could say I want to make that text color, let's say white, and let's say I wanted to do maybe a black font type, like a block, and then I could just go right here like this, and there it says text, and I could add like, maybe I just want to put AI, right? All right. And so then what I could do is I could center the text and I can make the font size a little bit bigger. Let's see. There we go. Maybe one more size bigger. There we go. Okay. Now to make that bigger, I just do this and I can move that up right there. What a boom. See? So again, there's a lot of stuff you could do in the platform in terms of editing images that AI creates. So obviously, you don't need to be a graphic designer. You just need to be familiar with it, right? On how to do things. Um, which is pretty cool stuff, right? I mean, you could, if I want to do a call out, like a rectangle, let's say like an eclipse, right? So I could do an eclipse. Let's say I wanted to do like a white eclipse, right? So I could do like a white eclipse, like right here. See, look at that. See, you could do that, and I could drag that around. Maybe I want to do like something specific right there, and then I could add text over that, right? If I wanted to. That's how you go into editing using the editing tool for the image creator. Okay. Every image app in our platform allows you to go in and edit it. Now, this is a bad example, but I'm going to show you the crop feature up here because this is probably the most impressive thing in the editor is once you have an image created that you own, by the way, in the platform that you could download, right? You could upgrade it to a 300 dots DPI, which is dots per inch, so you can print it so it comes out with good quality. Also, every image you could do that with. On the crop side, when you crop it, you could do like a crop shape. Now, you could obviously rotate left, flip horizontally, crop the boundary, or you could crop shape. So crop shape, there's a lot of options. So maybe I want to do a Facebook cover. So the Facebook cover, maybe I just want that. So you can move it around. See, I can do this. It's too big, but you understand. You can take any image and you can make a Facebook cover. I can take any image and I can make an X cover. And just look at these: X card, Instagram landscape, Facebook cover, Facebook landscape, Facebook portrait, Facebook tall posts, squares, custom size. So you could take any AI image you create in the platform, whether you use the image creator or the emotional image creator or scroll stopping or anything, and you could turn it into pretty much any size you want. You don't need to hire a graphic designer to do that. So you can make really cool Facebook covers, right? Look at that, like look at this right here. So that's where remember that's where you could get into where you could add like a eclipse, right? So maybe you want to add an eclipse over here, right? Or maybe right here, or a circle, or whatever you wanted, right? You could add all kinds of stuff. And then I could change the color to that, maybe make it a pop it a red, or orange or green or yellow. You know, you can choose the red you want also, right? And I could do this, and I could do like give me an outline, like a large outline, and I could choose my outline color. Say I want to do black, right? So see what I mean? And you can put text in there, right? Something cool. You could add your picture in this area here too if you wanted to. You should go to sticker and you could select an image. See right here? Select an image on your desktop. So that's where you select an image. Obviously, we have basic emojis here. You could put, if you wanted to, just kind of silly stuff, right? I mean, but you can obviously delete that. You could add like an image, like a transparent logo. So again, brilliant. If you don't want to do anything with it, you want to undo everything, just click the undo over here by the X. That undoes everything. Like, boom, there it is. Took everything back to the normal, erased all my work, right? To save it, if you make any changes, just click on done, and it saves it as a second image, right? As a second image. Like, for example, I'll show you an example of that. Since we're talking about this, I like to pause and show you some things. Like, here's the image. Here's all our image apps, right? So here's an image creator. One of my favorite apps in the platform is the AI image creator. And this is where I made RIP. Okay. You can see RIP, and I went through several renditions of RIP. I removed some of them, but I'm going to see if I can find an example here of a double where it saved two images. Okay. These are some of the images that I have worked on in the past. Let's just look around a little bit. See, here's one. So see this right here? You see that little orange little button right here? There's two images there. See, one of two. That was the first image the AI created. See that right there? This was the second one. I went into the editor and I added that. Let me just download that so you can see the text. I'll download a PNG so you can see what I did. So I went into the editor and I added that. See, I added grab the shovel and start digging into AI technology, and I put our logo there and I put a border around it. That was all done in the platform. Yeah. See what I mean? The editor, once you understand it and how to navigate it, it really can help you a lot. Now, maybe you have this saves you a ton of money, right? I didn't have to go into Canva or anything just to do this image, to create a social post like this, right? So I just took the original image, which that AI created was right here. And this is where I could upscale the image to 300 dot, upscale it. I could remove the background. And this is where you go into edit. That's how you edit an image. You just click on edit. So if I click on edit, and let's say I want to create another rendition of this, I can. And it'll make a third image in that image holder. If I click on done and I save it. Understand? So I can go into, for example, let's talk about the frame because I didn't show you that. So we have different frames. So I can put a frame around it. I could choose the width and the size of my frame. I can go real big or little or real small, right? I could choose the color of my frame, whatever color I wanted to use. I could choose different type of frames too. There's different types of frames that you can have, right? As well, depending upon what type of effect you wanted, right? It's just a square, it's little rounded corners, right? We could choose any type of font, any type of color you want. That one looks good, right? Yeah, and then you could add text to it. You add your logo, you can do all kinds of stuff. And of course, don't forget the crop. If you wanted to make that a crop shape, like let's say a 916, there you go, for Instagram or TikTok. Yeah. Cool stuff, right, James? Yeah. So again, we're taking a parenthesis here to show you. So here's the final piece that we did that we're getting back on the topic of AEO. Here's the 7-day answer blitz that we're going to give away. And here is the cover for it, the workbook. Okay, so let's take this and let's listen to it. Let's copy that because this is what I like to do when it comes to looking at the copy. So I'm going to go into write your book and I'm going to go into create an audio book. I want to hear what it's saying. So I'm just going to create the book and I'm going to call this the 7-day Blitz. And James, I'm going to give this 7-day Blitz to you. And maybe you could add some page numbers to it. And you know what I'd like to add to the back end of it? A little bit about Momentum Tech, like our mission, something like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just a little bit about who we are, just on the back end of it. And let me go ahead and just add this in here and just let's just copy that. We'll just say 7. We're going to choose.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
Let's choose Adam, and we'll just say introduction. And we'll paste that copy in there. All right. Now let's go ahead and create that so you can listen. I want you guys to listen to it. It's short, it's not long, so you can understand what we're doing here. This will catch a lot of people up if this is your first time here or what AEO is. Okay, so let's listen to it. This is a workbook that we're going to be giving away in our funnel to get people to opt in. It's a 7-day blitz. Okay? All right, listen.
Introduction. The 7-day answer. Blitz. The 7-day answer. Blitz is a focused sprint that turns your expertise into clear chosen answers. So when people ask assistants, pick you. Instead of chasing endless blogs or guessing at keywords, you'll spend 1 week mapping the real questions customers ask, writing concise answer blocks, publishing a simple answer hub, and making it easy for people to call, book, or buy. This is built for busy owners and small teams, short daily sessions, concrete deliverables, measurable outcomes. What this sprint does shifts you from rank me to choose me with answer-first content customers and assistants understand instantly. Publishes a small, mighty set of pages, not a content mountain, that convert near me and ready now moments. Installs a simple measurement loop, calls bookings, directions, assistant, featured answer visibility, so you can improve week over week. What you'll need: 1 core question and 5 natural follow-ups your customers already ask. 1 next step: call, book, get a quote. You want every answer to drive. 60-90 minutes a day for 7 days and a willingness to iterate. What to expect: day by day, you'll move from raw questions to published answers, then amplify and measure. By week's end, you'll have a live answer hub, a handful of posts, video snippets, and a clear read on what's working, so you can double down. Warning: do not get overwhelmed or feel this is too techy for you. We have included a simple overview after the high-tech jargon on this workbook. Take a breath and start with day 1.
There you go. You like how I put that warning in there, right? Because it can seem high tech, right? With the language in the workbook. So what we did is we put together like what I call a grandma prompt. Okay. What's a grandma prompt? It's a vibe. Okay. So I just say, hey, I want you to really, I took the AI platform that wrote the 7-day blitz, which Ask Ed did it, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Because it suggested doing a 7-day blitz for the funnel, right? So I said, hey, you know what? That'd be a great idea, James and I thought, right, James? I mean, it's a really great idea. So let's do it. So we did it. And the great thing that happened was when we created it, it was really high tech when I first read it. And I thought, man, I don't think anybody's going to understand this, right? So I don't want them to get overwhelmed. So what I said, hey, let's just do a grandma script. So what I did with the AI platform, I prompted it. And I said, listen, that's some high-tech stuff, Ed. Can you take this down a notch? I want you to summarize and write this 7-day blitz as if you're talking to my grandma. Not literally, I put in parentheses, not literally, okay? But metaphorically, right? So the idea behind that is James calls it Texas proof, right, James? What do you call it? Yeah.
Yeah, East Texas proof.
East Texas proof. I just call it.
I'm from East Texas, so I can pick on us East Texas boys.
That's right. So I just say grandma script to make it easy to understand, right? I give it a vibe. You could give it, well, you could tell it whatever you want. 5th grader, you can say a fifth grader understands it. That's another way to do it, right? So that helps you understand, how you can frame the vibe in what you're looking to write. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, go ahead and put a 10 in the chat if you guys understand what I'm saying. So the answer blitz is just that. I mean, if we look at it, here's a 7-day answer blitz, and I'll put that in the chat, right? Day 1, pick one high. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you guys see it. Day 1. You'll understand what I mean, real techie. Pick one high intent question customers already ask. That's easy, okay? What do your customers ask? Define one next step, like, what's the next step for them? Do you want them to call you? You want them to book an appointment or get a quote? Your baseline KPI. What's a KPI, right? A KPI is your key performance indicator, right? So the KPI is a key performance indicator. Like, how are you going to measure your results? Calls, bookings. They need directions to your location, assistant feature, and like answer visibility is what you're looking for. 0-click sessions from direct answers It's what you're looking for. AEO is ask engine optimization, complements SEO, which it does. You're adding an answer first layer, not replacing technical basics. Now that may be hard, when you look at that, you go, hey, well, what day one? Okay, what do I need to do? That's an overview, right? So here's day one. Gather 12 real questions from people, right? Also, questions that they ask, or chats or emails or sales calls. James, we're doing that right now, right?
Yes. Yep.
So every question that comes into support at momentumtech.ai, we're capturing those. So we're practicing what we preach here. And guess what we're going to do with those questions? Not just power our chatbots or our customer service, but we're also going to take those questions that are being asked, and guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be launching our own answer hub, right? Because AI assistants or robots prefer natural question-based content that naturally satisfies intent. It's built to that standard from the start. So the output that you're going to get in day one is an answer map. Core question, 5 follow-ups with a single call to action. Now, again, at the end of it, what does that mean? So day one, real simple. This is grandma. Put it another way. In other words, simple language for the masses. Here's a 7-day blitz. Simple terms, fast, doable, and built to get you more calls, bookings, and customers. Day one, pick one main question customers ask you all the time. Example, you take reservations, write it down. That's your star. That's like your North Star, right? That's what you're looking for. I'll just add North Star since I said that. That's your North Star, right? For day one. That's your goal. Just start with one question that your customers always ask you. Like if it was a restaurant, you take reservations. Day two, write a short, clear answer, 2 to 3 sentences. Then list 3 to 5 quick follow-up questions with short answers. Keep it friendly and direct. That's day two. Day three, put it all on one simple web page, your answer hub. The big headline is the first question. First sentence is the answer. Add one big button, call, book, or order. Day four, make sure your basic info is crystal clear everywhere. Hours, menu, services, phone, address, booking link on your website, and Google Business Profile. Keep the same wording you used on the page. Day five, record a short 30 to 60-second video saying the same answer out loud. Post it and link back to your page. Add one good photo that shows what you do. Day six, share your answer everywhere. People find you. Google, Q&As, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, email, text. Use the short answer and the same button. Book now, call now. Day seven, check your results. Did calls, bookings, or directions requests go up? If not, make your first sentence even clearer and change the button text to what people actually want. They want to reserve a table, get a quote, add one new follow-up question to your page, and you just can repeat this process every week if you want to. And then we have rinse and repeat next week with a new question. Small steps, big difference. Need a hand? Reach out to us in the AI Breakfast Lab. And then when customers ask, be the answer. The 7-day answer blitz turns one real question into clear page, short video, a simple call to action. So AI assistants, let's put AI assistants, choose you and customers act. No content mountain, just a handful of precise answers that create calls, bookings, and walk-ins. Measure weekly. Tighten the first sentence, add one new question at a time. That's how you move from hard to find to easy to choose. Yeah? You like that, James? Simple, right?
I like it.
And here's some fictional stories to inspire you. So let's listen to a fictional story. That's the best way to do it, right? because I just like listening to it. So let's go. That's two of them. So let's just put this one here. See here. Copy that, and let's go to the audiobook, and I'll make this one here. Paste that in there. And I'm going to say a story. Ed, because listening to it is a lot easier. That's why I'm doing this story than reading it to you. And I think you'll enjoy listening to it also. Plus, it shows you this tool, right? This is what I use this tool for sometimes when I'm writing a book or a workbook. I want to hear it, right? How does the story sound? And I think that's important. So let's see how the story sounds. Again, we're putting together this book as a giveaway, and I'm going to show you where we're going to put it in the funnel, right? So while that's creating, James, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you here. So you could add a little section on here.
Sure.
A little bit about Momentum Tech on the back end of it, and then maybe add some pages to it also. So page numbers, I mean.
Okay.
So let's copy that link.
I can do a paragraph.
Yeah, just a paragraph, a little bit about us.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit about who Momentum Tech is. Obviously, this is going to be something that everybody's going to be giving away. So, you can put something like give back with the person, right, that referred you. Or, what's going to be cool is that we're going to share this funnel with you so you guys can use it, and you can, anybody that fills out the form to get this, it's going to go directly into your CRM. And I'll show you that in a minute. Let's listen to the story here real quick.
Fictional stories to inspire you. On Monday morning, the neon open sign at Bella's corner flickered to life while the dining room still smelled of fresh coffee and lemon cleaner. Bella had owned this little Italian place for 6 years. Good food, loyal regulars, but online she was practically a ghost. That week, she tried the 7-day answer blitz. Day 1, she chose one real question she was tired of answering by phone. Do you take reservations, and how far in advance should I book? Day 2, she wrote a crisp answer in plain language. Day 3, she put it on a simple answer hub page, added 3 more questions customers kept asking. Do you have gluten-free options? Do you offer takeout or delivery? What's the best time to walk in without waiting? And placed one big button. Book a table. By Wednesday, something subtle but powerful happened. A mom in a minivan late after soccer practice asked her phone, "Italian restaurant near me that takes reservations." The assistant didn't list 10 links. It spoke one answer out loud with Bella's wording. Yes, reserve online or by phone. Weeknights often have same-day availability. Weekends fill 1-3 days ahead. That mom booked a 6:15. Bella only knew because the reservation came in with the note. Found by voice. Thanks for making this easy. Thursday, 2 college kids searched gluten-free pasta near me. The assistant surfaced the same page and read, yes, gluten-free pasta and crusts are available, plus several vegan sauces and sides. They ordered takeout. Meanwhile, the staff noticed something odd. The phone rang less, but tables filled more predictably. Fewer "Are you open?" calls. More "We just booked online." The same answers everywhere. On the website, the restaurant's profile, even the chat widget, meant less friction and fewer repeated questions. Friday afternoon, a typo slipped through on the menu price. A customer messaged through the site. Bella fixed it in 2 minutes on the hub, and within an hour the update was reflected everywhere. She'd reused that same answer. One change, system-wide clarity. That night, a party of 8 booked for Saturday after asking, best time to walk in without waiting? The assistant read Bella's exact guidance about early evenings and late lunches. They appreciated being guided, not sold. By Saturday, Bella had posted a 40-second video saying the core answer out loud. Same words, same pace. It felt familiar when people heard it read by the assistant, then saw it on social, then tapped the book a table button on the page. Consistency built trust. At 7:40 p.m., her server did a little dance in the service station. 3 tables just said they found us by asking their phone. Bella grinned, then quietly printed more reservation slips. Sunday evening, she looked at simple numbers that actually mattered to her. Reservations up takeout, smoother direction requests, steady fewer interrupted preps for basic questions. Not every moment was magical. One reel flopped, one answer still felt too long. But she could see the pattern. Clear questions, direct answers, one next step. The assistant wasn't guessing anymore. It was choosing her. On Monday, she started her next blitz with a new question. Do you have parking? She wrote a tiny, perfect answer. Yes, free lot behind the restaurant. Enter from Maple Street. If it's full, there's street parking on Oak after 6 p.m. She added it to the hub, hit publish, and poured another coffee. The neon hummed. The door opened. And the next family who asked their phone where to eat tonight heard a friendly, confident answer that sounded like Bella herself. They chose her. Of course they did.
So, what do you think of that, James? What a great fictional story, and that's the truth. Like yesterday, I went to ChatGPT and I said, okay, I need a. I didn't feel like shaving, but I wanted somebody to shave me. So, there's a lot of these men's grooming places, right? So, my wife was calling me that it asked me if I was getting ready to be Santa Claus because I had so much hair on my face, right? And just get so busy. And I said, okay, you know what? And by the way, it takes about maybe 10 years off my age when I shave, if you haven't noticed, right? Yeah. So I went, um, I went to ChatGPT and I looked around and I called the first person that ChatGPT told me. They were booked. Second person, they were booked. Third person was booked. So I went to the second page on ChatGPT and I was like, give me some more. Give me 5 or 10 more places. And I found this one place. It's called the Dark Horse, and it was real close to me. And they were on there. So I called them and they said, yeah, we're open. And yeah, of course we're open. They're brand new, a two month old business, right? And I found them there. So when I walked in, the owners happened to be there. And they said, they didn't ask me, which they should have, but I said, I said, you know how I found you guys? And they said, no, how'd you find us? I said, Chat GPT. They said, no way, really? I said, yeah. I said, yes. But you were on the second or third page. Most people won't go to that. Right? Most people won't go that way. They're looking for the first or second answer, maybe the first answer, right? So I got a chance to tell a story about Ask Engine Optimization. So what am I gonna get out of that? Well, a new website and an AEO strategy for that barbershop. And they're pricey, I mean, James, for you a shave and a haircut, you probably pay $70, $80. I mean, they treat you really well, right? It's a nice
Yeah,
a nice place.
nice
You're gonna pay
treat.
for that. What's that?
It's a nice treat.
It is, right? Hot towel twice, I thought it was kind of funny, when after he shaved me, he said, hot sauce, hot sauce. Yeah, that means they're gonna put something on your face that's gonna burn, right? I thought that was kind of funny. But look at that door that opens, guys. Every service industry in the market, every coach, every business, every nonprofit organization can benefit from this. And it's small steps. And good news is we put AI tools on the platform for these guests that are here that help you with this social AEO content, right? Everything you need. And this is not prompt engineering stuff, guys. This is simple. These Facebook or Face Rocket apps that we have here for Instagram and YouTube, this is the first action step anybody can take. Put in your information, it generates incredible social posts that signal AI assistants and AI bots. They signal it. And Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn are very credible websites. This is a good way to start ranking your social posts on AI search engines because this generates incredible social posts for you. And it already made one. So I could say, hey, I want you to do another one. So I could just say, can you create a video script for me based on this social post you just put together, please? And that didn't work. Let's try that again. Can you create a video script for me based on the social post you put together, please? And then you just hit go. So the great news about this is that we put the interaction in these Rocket apps so that you could generate more content. Like I would do a video script from this, maybe do a LinkedIn article from this, and it already knows. I don't have to do anything more. And it's promptless. You don't need to train the Facebook rocket or the Instagram Insta rocket or the YouTube rocket or the LinkedIn rocket. You don't need to train it on what's an engaging post. You don't have to say you're a professional social media marketer and you have 20 years experience and you get paid $20,000. You don't have to be a prompt engineer. It is already trained to do it for you. You just got to input information about your business. That's it. That's how we build our apps. Because business owners don't have the time to learn prompt engineering, for crying out loud. And, Bella, she runs an Italian restaurant on that example, right? She doesn't have time to figure that out. She wants to create wonderful dishes and wonderful experiences for people. That's what she's good at. She's got to manage employees and reservations and all kinds of other things. She doesn't have time to learn or go to school for prompt engineering. What business owner has that time? What author has that time? What coach has that time? You don't have that time. I don't have that time. So we program it to be smart. Yeah? So this is a way that you can really have a ton of fun with these apps. And you can download as a PDF. You can always edit anything. You could copy it. You could edit anything in this post and save it right here. So you could put your 2 cents into it. We make it easy for you to do that on every one of our apps where you can edit it right here, right? So the results will be available soon. Genuinely, it's like, this AI platform is really working hard to please you as a business owner. Every app in this platform, whether it's a GPT, you don't have to train these GPTs. The Wow GPT and the Ask Ed and the Ask Jim and the Clarity Coach and the Ask Zig and Leo and Napoleon, they are trained already on persuasive copy, emotional triggers. They are trained on algorithms of every social media platform. They are trained on how many hashtags is the most optimal amount to put on LinkedIn or Facebook. They are trained on just everything that you need for any type of business. It's a blank canvas for you. It's a blank canvas, and you can ask it to create your Picasso, so to speak. So, in other words, like any business, whether it's a church, a nonprofit, a young entrepreneur, a startup, an Ed Garza or James Wendy Penny, whoever you are, it's going to help you, right? So let's open up um, a new tab while that's working. And let's go to our funnel that we started building yesterday, James, as James is working on that PDF.
I've got the, you want to turn it into a PDF? I've got it all done.
You got it all done?
Yep.
Yeah, let's look at it. Let's see what it looks like. Let me pull it up here. So James added a little paragraph. See how you put page numbers in there? for this workbook. Here's fictional stories to inspire you. There's another one in here, Rosa, right? And here we go. You know, let's put maybe put something here like about, who, a little bit about, you know,
Momentum Tech. Yes, the funnel that Ed's creating you can use to promote Momentum Tech.
yes, a little information about momentum. And we'll probably give this to our designer and put it in our promotional for everybody eventually when we have time. Because we know that techie stuff is not grandma proof, right, James? So, but we'll do a tutorial on how to do it. Um, and of course, there you go. So James put that in there, a little bit about who Momentum Tech is. Perfect. Thank you, James. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. All right. So what I'll do is I'll download this as a PDF and then we'll put it in the back end. So let's look here and let's go to the website that we're working on. And we started creating this early this week. So here's the website funnel builder. Here's the AEO. And we have a video tutorial on how to use the website funnel builder. And this is like 45-minute training on every element of how to use this website and funnel builder. Okay. Every element. I go over every button in the platform, period. So let's go here and let's click on edit and let's look at what we're building here. So just to reiterate for everybody, if we have guests on the call, the game has shifted from rank me to choose me. Be the answer AI reads out loud. Momentum Tech should be one, put a space there. Turns zero content into daily conversations with Ask Engine optimization. So AI assistants pick your answer first, not your blue link fifth. Ready to be the answer in AI search? Click the link to launch your 7-day Blitz now. Get it now. So what I did on Get It Now is I did a pop-up because I want to put that in several locations. So you have a pop-up creator up here. Here's the pop-up, right? Boom. And then on the pop-up, after the action, this is where I'll put the submit button. I'll put the thank you page here so that it has the book, the audio book. It has the Blitz, 7-day workbook, right? And maybe a couple fictional stories that are audio too, so they could listen to the fictional stories, right? So that's kind of the cool stuff that we're going to do there. So we just put the actual call to action. When they fill this out, it'll go into your CRM, and then boom, they go to the submit. They go to the page, the thank you page. So there's a book cover, right? And there's a call to action there. Get it now. The present day reality with AEO. You're ghosted by Google. No content, no traction, no conversions. AI search doesn't list 10 options anymore. It picks one answer. If it's not you, you don't exist. With AEO, you structure clear Q&A content and lightweight schema so assistants can choose you first, spoken, summarized, and surface cross platforms. Become the default answer in AI search, from searchable to selectable. Who we help? Entrepreneurs. Launch a lean answer hub that captures high intent questions and books calls even from a standing start. Consultants. Package expertise in 160 word answer blocks and follow-ups that address objections and trigger consults. Business owners who use our Ask Engine optimization systems are owner-operated Main Street shops, cafes, salons, repair services, boutiques, small clinics who need more calls, bookings, and foot traffic without churning out endless blogs. Direct marketers plug into a duplicatable answer-led engine, simple links, smart follow-up, and team-ready duplication so you focus on real conversions, not chasing maybes. Get it now, right? You got questions? We have answers. Got a ton of questions here, right? And then we're continuing to work on this, but I'm working on the top of the funnel because the top of the funnel is probably the most important. So what's the most important part of this funnel? The magic hook. The logo's not. although it's important to have there, but you don't need it to be huge. Okay. You don't need to repeat momentum tech in this area here, the first block, because they don't really care if they're coming here for the first time. Sure, we want to have the momentum tech logo there, but we don't need to reiterate it. Like, welcome to Momentum Tech. Okay. They're not necessary. What's necessary is something that hooks them. The game has shifted from rank me to choose me. Be the answer AI reads out loud every time, right? Momentum Tech turns zero content. This is what's called the sub heading. We make it a little bit smaller, so they got to lean in and read it a little bit. That's why it's smaller text. Okay. With Ask Engine Model, so AI assistants pick you. And then we have a video. So let me save this for the guests that are here. Let's go ahead and preview this so you can see the video. This is RIP. This is how it would look, a preview, okay?
Good evening from the graveyard of forgotten blog posts. Behold, my name is Rip. I crawled out to declare a tombstone truth. SEO is dead. Not kinda sleepy, not taking a sabbatical. Dead. I watched marketers shovel keyword-stuffed paragraphs into the earth like stale candy corn whispering just one more blog while the algorithm yawned. Meanwhile, the living ask real questions and AI assistants give one answer. 1. Do you want to be the fifth blue link or the voice that gets read aloud? Exactly. Welcome to Ask Engine Optimization, AEO, the art of clear, definitive answers that assistants can understand and quote. We're talking crisp 100 to 160 word answer blocks follow-up, many frequently asked questions and helpful schema, so machines don't have to guess. Imagine less fluff, more clarity, fewer crips, more conversions. Stop spending your gold on ultimate guide to ultimate guides and start publishing answer-first pages that actually get chosen. I did not unwrap myself for meta descriptions. I am speaking on behalf of Momentum Tech. Build an answer hub around the 12 questions. Your buyers actually ask, link a single call to action. Then watch conversations rise from the grave. Bookings, direct messages, demos. If you still want keyword soup, fine, bury it next to my old backlinks. But if you want results in the AI revolution, stitch your message into AEO and walk like an Egyptian straight to the top. Now I return to my grave, until your next question wakes me. Bring shovels, we're digging up real results tonight. Wake up to the AI revolution now.
Perfect, right? Kind of designed to capture your attention. Ready to be the answer in AI search? Click the link to launch your 7-day blitz now. And then boom, they'll be able to get it. The next section that's important, like if you have any promotions, is like, as an added bonus today, get our Answer Authority free ebook and full audiobook to jumpstart your AEO wins. Boom, get it now. The present day reality with AEO. You're ghosted. AI search, all this stuff. Become the default answer. Who we help. Questions. Next section is we're going to have the features. So you notice the features. The features actually are on the bottom because nobody really needs to know the features until they get to the bottom of it, because nobody needs that's not what they care. What they care about is what's in it for them. That's why that's at the top of the funnel. Now, if you use our landing page architect in our platform, that's how it organizes a funnel. So let's look at the results here. So here we go. Video script. So here we go. It's structured as a JSON document. It translates Facebook in dynamic 60 to 90-second social media video. The script follows a proven video marketing structure: a hook, value proposition, benefits, logistics, call to action. Key features: The script is designed to be handed directly to a video editor or production team with all the necessary information to create engaging stuff. So here it is, the overview, and here's the script right here, the entire script. Okay. Now, I could take this information and I could put it into obviously any part of the platform on the video apps and have it create a dynamic video, right? So you spend hours on content, follow-ups, and outreach that barely moves the needle. It used to be me until I found a daily hands-on approach to AI that focuses on what actually works. Momentum Tech runs the AI Breakfast Lab every weekday. No theory, just tools, tactics you could use the same day, right? Entrepreneurs, coaches, sales pros, you're getting left behind in the pace of AI. What if you can learn the tools before the morning coffee, right? There you go. So you can edit, you can save, you can copy, you can do anything you need to. Call to action, the hook, it generates everything for you. And it gives you some code, which our platform does that too. This is like code that you could put, for example, on the back end of your website. Now, this is pretty high tech stuff, guys, but I mean, this you can give this code to your web designer, put the video on your website, and then this helps AI find it right here. See how it has everything? You didn't know that, did you, James?
No,
Yeah. So
something new every day.
yeah, so this is like a good way to optimize your video on your page, right? So you don't need to worry about this. I would just give this to your web developer, right? If you have one, right? Or just ignore it if you don't know what it is. But this is really kind of really cool stuff to help you your video rank, right? So cool things, cool things. All right, so let's keep working on the funnel. And let me show you where this all started in the chat under Ask Ed. Very cool. It all started right here on the Ask Ed. And you can see at the very top, I told them I'm going to be going to create some apps in our platform that focus on Ask Engine optimization. That's where it all started. And then we continued to work it. It put together all the copy on the funnel, the video script for RIP, the FAQ questions, the fictional stories you just heard, the 7-day blitz, and everything. They put together it all. So that's where we're at right now. We'll probably finish this weekend. We'll finish the audiobook. And I would say by Monday or so, we'll have this ready. And let me show you where we're going to put it so you could find it. And we'll send what we'll do is we'll put posts in our community, in the Momentum Tech community here. We'll post an update here so that you know that it's live. And then, of course, where you'll find it and where it's going to be is on your website and funnel builder. And you can see there's all funnels up here and there's shared funnels. We'll share the funnel here, just like we have this funnel here that you could clone it. So you'll see a second funnel here. The way you bring it into your all funnels is you just clone it. So if I clone that, okay, if I clone that, it clones it. And then I go to all funnels and see there it is. The copy, the clone funnel shows up right there. And then you could work on it from here, right? So that's one of the shared funnels that we have in the platform. To repeat that process, we'll post in the community. Shared funnels will be here. And I'm going to build a couple of them. Eventually, they're going to be here for different things. For the people that are techie and really want to do it, And by the way, this is an archive. This is like things that you throw away. Like if I go to all funnels and I delete it, they'll go into archive. All right. So you don't necessarily lose it. They just go into the archive. You can always rebirth them later, right? So to delete a funnel, to put it in archive, I just go to settings and I just click on archive funnel. See down here on the bottom, archive funnel. Say yes, archive it. I don't want it in my way. So then I go to archive and there it is. See, it's archive. And I can restore the funnel right here. Cool. All right, James. That does it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is our AI Breakfast Lab. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again very soon. Come back to the AI Breakfast Lab every day, weekday, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m.